You know, the funny thing when you read the Bible is um, Easter has kind of always been there. If you go back to the very first story in the Bible of Adam and Eve, the original man and woman, and they had everything you could ever want, and they threw it away. God put them in the middle of this paradise, and yet they knew better than God and did their own thing and ruined everything. And and God comes to them, and God doesn't come harshly, but He comes to find them and to try to help them. And what ends up happening is that uh, God kills an animal, takes the skin of that animal and clothes Adam and Eve because they've been cast out of paradise and they're going to now be exposed to the weather and the elements. And that's what sin does. Sin exposes us to the vicissitudes and the ebb and flow of life and the harsh realities of existence. And it can be cold and it can be brutal. And God, knowing that Adam and Eve have messed up and now they're going to be exposed, He doesn't want them to be exposed. And so he kills an animal and sacrifices that animal and from that sacrifice clothes Adam and Eve to protect and sustain them. Now it's a picture of what God has already planned for every person who will ever live, because we've all messed up, we've all done stupid things, and as a result of our stupidity, end up being exposed, end up being subject to all sorts of things that God never intended for our lives. And yet the love of God is so great that it doesn't matter who you are, where you've been, or what you've done. God's intention is always to restore and always to cover. And ultimately, He sacrificed His own Son. God became flesh, died on the cross for our sins, and because of His death, our sin is covered. That is, we are right with God, not because of anything we've done, but because of what He has done.